Welcome back to Refrain Chord. So
what are we going to do today?
Side quest stuff that we introduced in the previous part, remember? Like Noie's Insect Chronicles.
Yes, there was a special new and
Alright, let's skip the battle because
I guess we just defeated.
Like last time, we're gonna start skipping some of these battles, otherwise I'll die of old age before this game is over. So
But Pedro, that means you will actually be reincarnated as an insect.
oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this
Paiga's
background.
supposed to be shining somewhere in this general area.
Bug. Bug, where are you? Bug!
I guess it's a cricket.
Crickets? In a place like this? Wait, could it be...
Giant
Jiminy
mutant critic. It sounds like it's coming from this way. It sounds like your conscience is calling.
Ah, look at that bug over there.
A legally distincted conscience, Dorfa.
Of course.
We really found it. It's beautiful. It's just like the newspaper article said.
Oh, like the chimera bug.
And this is where my frustration with lack of
see.
visuals comes into play.
So that's what a beetle would look like with butterfly wings. Makes sense.
Pretty crazy looking critter. If only there was a way we could show it to the folks around here.
Fuck off, game! Fuck off, game! Fuck off!
They got us.
Well, that certainly is an interesting
Look,
bug.
I'll take this over the pissing contest.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
Like sure, Vito trolling, but I'm kind of laughing too.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll say this. Well played, Riders. Well played.
Whoa, is Noie
I'll
laughing?
Honestly, I'll give him credit. I'm surprised we have not gotten more jokes like that, given how Fairy Fence Rough has a tendency to run some jokes into the ground.
That's it. I have no regrets. Now I can die anytime.
Is that really the first place your mind goes to?
And that's it.
And that's it. Well, that was a disappointing climax to this storyline. Moving on.
Oh, admittedly, a funny joke from Galdo.
It was,
Yeah.
it was, but the actual payoff of the storyline itself is.
You know, sometimes I get the sometimes I get the feeling that Pedro casts me as deliberately as characters that have like really far apart vocal ranges because he knows that I'm gonna have to shift them immediately.
Sometimes maybe just for balancing sake, back then for the first game because it's more the character that I probably would voice.
Yes,
The-
I'm
Yeah,
into the
Timmy.
woods to do some test shooting. You'll see some bugs while I'm there.
The reason.
Pedro usually prioritizes balancing out how many rolls we each get over that stuff.
Aren't there any bugs around?
That, and I also think about the character pairings. Like for example, I wouldn't have the same person be cast as both Oliver and
Stop shitting me. I haven't done anything.
and Drippy, right? Because that way that particular person would be talking to themselves a lot, and it would make things not particularly engaging,
I mean, it's not a worse thing to see the best, but I do get your point.
Boost.
Impressive. But who?
Oh, hi, Ethel.
Was that a purring sound?
Don't interrupt me. I'm testing out my gun.
Did you see my arrow? Not bad, right?
Oh, we're gonna have a shooting contest?
If you want to play, go play somewhere else.
I'll leave when you acknowledge how good I am with a bow.
Oh, Ethel!
Why does she care so much?
Ethel is the best at what she does.
Sure,
Bob.
pretty good. Now piss off.
You totally don't mean that.
Just go bother someone else before you get hit with a stray bullet.
What stray bullet? Do you suck at aiming that badly?
Oh!
A challenge!
I don't know, when it comes to characters trash talking, I don't see that as something Ethel would
I mean,
fit.
she's still supposed to be an assassin.
I guess,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I mean, to be fair,
I'm
Noie's
way
like
better
the
than
one. Noie's like the one person she would have to compare this sort of stuff to, so I get it. Also, this could be part of her coming out of her shell as well.
I don't know, it feels a bit haphazardly implemented.
Was that a dagger and a fork?
What is she, Bullseye?
A fork?
No, she's
Yes.
Agent 40. She's Agent 47's daughter.
They hit the same spot as my arrow.
She's
Let me
just
guess,
that
it
good.
was Fang. Oh, no. Okay.
What do you want?
Oh boy, it's the web show featuring Pedro. I believe I too am worthy to compete. I am a butler after all.
Are you the Black
Is
Butler?
that, is
Do
that
ba-
something that...
Do butlers throw forks?
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, is that a requirement? Butlers are good at throwing
butlers,
things?
no.
Tail, I can tell you, as far as I'm aware,
And I'm good
no.
at throwing knives. I always hit my mark.
What are you holding? Seriously, I can't get over how awkward that
Not
pose
you're gonna take
looks.
a daddy old fork flinging butler though. That's a neat party trick. Because this is my special pose.
Can you even imagine walking like that? I just...
Oh my, stirring the pot, are we?
I mean, if you're blocking and having to move in a fighting game, I guess. I guess so, Pedro.
I guess.
Apparently, you guys don't know what you're up against. But if you want it that badly, I'll give you a match. Guns, arrows, whatever. Ranged weapons are made to hit moving targets. No point in aiming at something that doesn't move.
What? So it's a hunting contest, huh? I like it.
Whoever hunts the most prey wins.
In that case, I suggest we move somewhere with more prey, more conducive to hunting. How about the Zawaza Plains? Right, let's head there.
Let's do it to it.
Indeed. And it
Yeah,
looks like
well,
we have...
What I meant earlier was that there have been quite a few instances in this playthrough where one minute I'm doing some really deep voice like the
Noie.
butler, like Noie, and then then literally the next character I have to suddenly shift it up to to what's her name?
Aaron.
To Erin, yeah.
To be fair, a lot of us have had times. where we
Also,
have
yeah, I was
characters
about
with
to
different
actually
ranges.
ponder, like, shouldn't Harley be more also part of this challenge because she too has guns?
They could, Tail, but do you really want more Harley?
I mean,
Also-
it would show her in a more positive light. That's not her molesting self. So
Yeah, but that's the thing. We have Karen here, which means that she probably wouldn't be able to hold herself. So
Admittedly, the issue with Harley is that she's lazy, extremely lazy, so she doesn't really take that much pride in her work.
yeah,
Well, she does take pride in her work, specifically the fairy research, as we saw when she got jealous of people coming to Almore. But other than that, yeah, she's a lazy slob.
I'm ready.
So I kind of get why she wouldn't even really care to compete.
Well, that was
oh
it.
well.
That was it. I
Wait,
guess.
was that the hunting quest bit that followed up there?
No, the Monster Tamer quest.
Mhm.
Ah, right, yeah.
Now we're actually going to
Yeah,
get to the
okay.
Let's Go Hunting quest. See,
Again,
That's the
while
other
I
thing.
do
A lot of these side quests have very weak payoffs. Go on, Jova.
Yeah, like, look. While I do give some quests their dues for actually having relatively good stories, that does not change the fact that there is a noticeable amount of lackluster plots in the side quests, sadly.
Yeah, they don't feel like you don't really learn anything. Like they don't do some interesting world building. They don't really. Again, there's no fucking world
Some-
building in this series anyway. So
Okay. Some do it better than others, but I will say this. It is interesting how this game got side quests, whereas Advent Dark Force didn't, which does make me wonder. Do you think maybe some of the battles in some of the side quests were battles meant to be part of the main game or something, but they thought, hey, let's try and widen things up by actually giving this game side quests that Advent Dark Force didn't have?
it's possible. I don't get that vibe though. It feels like they were always meant to be side quests to me.
Well, I guess kudos to them in that regard for expanding with side quests.
I mean, I guess. I just wish they were better.
It's really weird. So Advent Dark Force didn't have side quests.
I mean,
guess-
it is a step up from Advent Dark Force, like you said, Jova, but that's not saying much.
I mean, and I guess to be fair, Advent Dark Force at least had, how should I say this, gameplay that lent itself more to side activities at the very least, with the field motion, and mind you, that is not saying much. Like, we are speaking strictly in, like, the standards of this franchise.
Yeah, which are very fucking low, so clearing that bar is not exactly something worthy of applauding.
I honestly find it weird that Ivan Dark Horse is the one without the side quests, though, because, like, that game felt more open and more, you know, open to side quests, whereas this game, ironically, which feels like the smaller game, no, this is the one that gives side quests.
Like I said, for me it's the fact that the story is more boring in my opinion, despite having its moments here and there and some elements being better, and the fact that the presentation is genuinely worse.
In regards to the story maybe being more boring than Advent Dark Horse, I have not seen the game as a whole yet, so I can't fully judge, but one thing I do wonder is how big a threat the actual main villains of this game will pose in comparison to the forces of the Vile God, the Goddess, and of course the Evil Goddess from the original game.
From what I played, what I've seen so far, from what the story tells, it seems to me more that what this is aiming to have. The first game, as far as I know, tried to have more of an apocalyptic vibe, but that was fairly contained and genuinely, you know, just something that happened. While in this, they're trying also to pose the angle that, aside from wanting to bring the equivalent of the end times, there is a constant type of malice or bad vibe happening with the form of the child experimentation. While in the first game it didn't felt like it was, you know, they had such a bleak thing throughout, and it was technically a bit more of a, you know, standard traditional fun adventure that the characters had until like the halfway mark point, usually.
I see what you mean in that regard, like, and you know, I don't feel like I'm far enough in to judge this or that, not. I do feel like it feels like a bit of a seesaw thing where Advent Dark Force had strong points, this game has strong points, though so far, if I had to choose between the two, I still would probably go with Advent Dark Force so far, if only because, again, while this game does do a lot of things better than Advent Dark Force, its highs don't feel like they reach as high as Dark Force just yet.
Go ahead,
Well fought, hunters. After tallying everything up, it appears that Noie won by 1 point. All others are tied. Myself included. Though, of course, Pippin participated in my plays due to various reasons.
As, you know, battle and all that.
Indeed. Oh, sorry. Self-frustrating.
I only won by 1, huh? Guess I can't get too comfortable.
Ooh, competition.
Huh?
Hang on a minute. I don't think we should count it by pure kills alone. Birds should be worth more since they're harder to kill.
So now we're discussing scoring. Good point.
Right, that battle we just did was us hunting.
Isn't it a little late to change the rules?
Fair point.
Rule changer.
Cheater. It makes sense though, right? I don't accept this result.
Oh, come now, Ibfried. Nobody likes a sore loser.
Rematch. Rematch.
What say you, Noie?
What do you, the people at home, think?
Fine. We'll shut up all the excuses. But only one more round.
Sporting.
Yes! I'll win for sure this time.
Kill.
But now she says it with joy.
Alright then. I'll give it my best shot.
And by me, I mean
Literally.
Pippin.
Humans are so annoying. Can't wait to become them.
No matter how many
Sorry.
times, no matter how many times you say it, game, it doesn't get any less
Every
stupid.
time Noie says he wants
I
to
know,
be
right?
vodka.
I know, right? No matter how many times you say it, game, it doesn't get any less stupid.
Well, I don't like the taste of alcohol, so who of you would like to take that drinking game?
I already had enough for the first game, and quite frankly, so far, I had to agree with Pedro, at least partially so far. I did not have the stimulation to do so.
No. This game is not offensive or painful. It's just, like, at least to me, it's just dull.
Okay, I think I know a good comparison. This game feels like the direct-to-video sequel of, like...
Yeah, I know, right?
cinematic theater experience.
I know, right?
essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, plot time.
Indeed. But we
Actually,
still haven't.
It's voiced Jova.
Alright, yeah. Sorry, voice of habit.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, seriously, I think I've nailed it down that this really does feel like a direct-to-video sequel to a theatrical movie, if Advent Dark Force were the theatrical movie.
Yeah.
Because it feels cheaper. In some ways, the stakes feel less.
I mean,
Not
it is
because-
probably done by the B or C team.
Yeah.
And it's like, one of my issues, well, okay, and specifically with bad direct-to-video sequels, because there have been good direct-to-video sequels, but my issue with bad direct-to-video sequels is most normally that they feel so much cheaper that I sometimes have a hard time even believing that they are from the same world as the previous game. Or, well, game or movie.
Yeah, I get it.
Like, look at Neverending Story 3, although that may have been
It was
in
theatrical.
theaters.
It was I saw it in theaters, for fuck's sake.
Okay,
So,
okay, that one's a bad example, even though, God, it feels...
it might as well be. Yeah, it might as well be, right? Yeah.
Like, Neverending Story 3 has that same issue, though. It's so cheap, and the characters look nothing like they did from the
Looks like Zaki already knows how to manipulate Ifrit to his way.
Yeah.
Aww. Please, Ifrit, help me, or I'll hate you forever. Oh, Sagi-san!
Zaki, ideal!
As for your voice acting, Dwarves, it's also because it dates all the way back to our original Final Fantasy VII run, where I actually really liked your Aerith voice. So I make note to make liberal use of it.
Yeah,
And Yuffie as well.
typically when we cast these sort of videos, at least for me, I often go with just who I feel would either be, the best fit, or in some cases a nice funny take.
Like for example, like you don't like tsundere characters, but like when it comes to tsundere girls like Aaron, I actually really like your Aerith type voice. Because
I'll be
it's
honest,
the same.
casting you as
Wait,
Natsuki
hold on,
was-
time out. I want to focus on the game. A space elevator?
Yes, we have a space elevator now. And for the record,
The Seto Kaiba built this one too.
that's the thing too. We never actually go into space with this thing, so I don't.
No, that's what they're speculating. They said that the three towers were part of a bigger building.
Yeah.
Let me guess, a tower to speak to God.
Well, I guess it's a parallel to the Tower of Babel, I suppose.
Huh, you seem broken up about that, don't you, Al?
It's inefficient. What do you think you are, nano AI?
Eh,
昔から体力はなかったからオールマイティのオールの唯一の欠点ね
Almighty Al.
Get it? Because he's a nerd, and nerds don't have good physical
そろ
stamina.
そろ休憩は終わりかしらしんどいけど
I guess more so the joke could be made about his class and that he'd be like the scientist or the...
No,
Not to
thanks.
mention, he's a fairy. I'm pretty sure he doesn't get tired.
Yeah, I'm with Aaron on this one.
こんなに苦労してフェイスドロップなかったら絶対に許さんからな
Hey, tell that to the writers, Fang.
The almighty Al. Oh, I'm sorry.
Al.
It's also the tuna sandwich talking.
Oh, okay. Really? I get...
Oh, die, Paiga.
Suddenly Paiga.
Remember, Bernard apparently unleashed it against us, but I get the idea he's also getting tired from the stairs.
今すぐに愛する家族が待つ我が家へ
I get that comedy. Look, writers. I get that comedy is derived from misery, but usually it's from the misery of people who deserve said misery. Paiga, at this point, this is.
Paiga did nothing wrong.
I know, right? At this point, this is just sad. It's not even funny. It's just sad.
I'm a bit resentful because it was still complicit with the whole child experimentation and did nothing out of cowardice, but not to the point of, like, the guy deserves a break.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I would say, I feel like his biggest sin is the lack of a spine in that regard.
Like I
And for
said,
I want to point this out. For whatever reason, now I have to once again pick Stairway to Heaven to continue the story. Why not just have this be just one big cutscene?
I guess that the game allows you to pause and do other stuff if you want. The problem is that there's not much to do.
Yeah, like maybe I would buy that if there was actually shit to do in this game, but there isn't.
The better pairing would have been would you like to save option. Usually that's what happened doing these multi-layered stuff.
It feels like they were going at it with the mentality that, oh, this will totally be a dungeon. Oh wait, we can't really.
We can't afford dungeons, so.
Well, like the only way I can rationalize this is if this was originally supposed to be a dungeon, and they left in that sequence cut for where you would originally be able to save in the dungeon. That is just my best guess. Otherwise, I guess they really thought somebody might need to go to the bathroom or something, or maybe somebody really just wants to stop.
Even that, Jova, even that doesn't work because you can just press the start button to pause like you do always in visual novels. So even that excuse doesn't really fly.
And my best guess is in case somebody really wanted to save, because I'm guessing we're about to get a boss fight.
Yeah. And you'll remember that this is the exact same spot where we found the vestiges of Papen. So
that was this tower, right? Not a different tower.
No, it was
the background is the same, but I think the location was different.
No, it's the same location too. It's Stairway to Heaven.
So that implies that we had no problem coming here for Papen, but coming here for the Faith Drop, no, now we're tired and all that. And I get it, side question.
No, it's like it's the problem where, again, like me and Theo have said before, it's abundantly clear that the side quests were written independently of the main story. There wasn't much attention to making sure everything fits perfectly together.
Can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. Honestly, why? I mean, would it be that far-fetched to make a Faith Drop detector?
I mean, there's something like Harley would make, kind of like Bulma with the Dragon Radar.
Yeah, that's the thing. Again, and I've said this in our 11 Dark Force run too. They keep mentioning her scientific research, but aside from maybe 1, 2, 3 occasions tops in the entire franchise, it never really comes into place in the main story. It just it mostly is just used as an excuse for her to molest fairies. That's my problem. Like, she's supposedly a researcher, but we never see her do any actual research.
Like, we do see her research, but it's well and truly overshadowed by her. Yeah, like it's overshadowed by her negative qualities. Let's just say. Is that a little stealth representation of Advent Dark Force there?
Do you, Fleur?
Oh, did you now?
Oh wait, it's my own.
Wait, girl thinks she's tough base.
Yeah, what exactly? Yeah, what exactly are you talking about, Fleur?
She's playing the pronoun game, like who's they?
Even she's confused by her previous line.
I'm gonna shoot everybody.
Someone in the waiting.
Suddenly a satanic pentagram. Okay.
Oh, the music suggests we're about to be attacked.
Oh, there's a boss coming from the pentagram.
Okay, that one for Metal Alchemist.
No, Mom. Refrain Chord is not satanic.
Also, to be fair, with summoning circles like that, it predates even that.
So basically, a guardian that kills anyone who comes looking for the treasure.
Classic.
Sure.
Alright, let's see what this guardian looks like.
Is it the Kafka guy with the axe?
Let's see. I don't think I skipped this one. It's a main story. It's a main story fight anyway, so I never skip these.
It's a mecha.
It's a robot dragon. It's like
a black-collared How is that a mythical guardian? It's a machine. I mean, I'm guessing we're supposed to interpret that the ancients were very super technologically advanced, Atlantean style, I guess. But still, when I think there you go. See that monster right there on the right side. Now that,
The crystal golem.
yeah, that crystal. Now that looks more like a proper mythical guardian.
Sorry.
I mean, why
But
couldn't?
it's
But the main boss, like the more powerful one, is the black machine thing.
And the thing
yeah,
is,
yeah,
they-
it really looks like Machine Dramon from the Adventure 01.
like, I mean, and come on, there are plenty of, actual mythical-looking creatures in this game. We've fought them before.
Oh,
Why would you
speaking-
use, like, one of the futuristic, technological-looking ones?
Okay, speaking of reusing things, Jova. Okay, we're not seeing it in this battle because those yellow robots there? If you've been paying attention, you might remember that those robots are usually metal colored, specifically in the first dungeon of the game, the Subterranean Tower. The first battlefield. There's no dungeons in this game, sorry. But you get my point, right? Those little yellow robots, they also have more metalish colors in other battles, right? Guess what? From playing, from finishing Neptunia OG on the PS3, turns out those robots are also in that game. So this basically means that this game is reusing assets from 2010. Just think about that for a moment. This game is reusing PS3 assets from 2010 on the PS5.
Genius!
No.
In itself, I honestly don't really see too much of a problem, to be honest. The problem would be having the idea of having it to be treated like a complete different enemy and not an Easter egg.
I'll be honest as well. I couldn't tell that those were like any older than
Don't worry,
any of the other
don't-
assets
don't-
used in this game.
Don't worry, when we play Neptunia OG, I'll be sure to point it out when it happens.
I mean, it could be used as a neat Easter egg, but I'm guessing it's not really
No,
emphasized
the
that
game
much.
the game doesn't point out that these are Neptunia monsters or anything like that. No, they're here because again they really needed some kind of robot variant.
Unless they're implying the civilization of Neptunia was in the far past of this franchise.
Wouldn't that be a twist? Well, I guess that would explain why the mythical creature looks cybernetic then, since Neptunia does go for a techno-magic vibe.
I guess, but like there's never nothing in the games to point to this, so
To
it's just
suggest that, yeah.
That would be funny if it turns out... Well, okay, the creator of Neptunia did want Fairy Fencer to be like sort of the sister series to Neptunia.
Yeah,
in
her
regards
Nosu-
to being like, the next big
And
franchise.
despite having the technology taking a more medieval style of appearance, so again, I guess it might fit, but again, it's something that you just formulated right now. For I know I'm literally just grasping at straws.
yeah,
You essentially just
it's
made
all
a
speculation.
game theory.
Again,
Shut the fuck up.
it's the kind of thing where it's just like
Now I have the stimulation of drinking.
it's the thing that I always like to say it's the thing that I always like to say to people on the internet. Like, are you sure that's the case, or are you just writing conspiratorial fan fiction?
Also,
that-
Tio, it's okay. MatPad retired. He can't hurt you anymore.
He has already done enough damage.
All right, there you go. Got the faith drop.
I thought it was blue.
No. To be fair, it's always been orange. To be fair, even in Advent Dark Force was also orange.
I apologize. I couldn't remember the very color of the faith drop from Advent Dark Force.
It's
Shameful display.
it's a generic MacGuffin. It doesn't really matter.
as almost as generic as the Something 4 from Time and Eternity. Well, outside of the cutscenes anyway.
So I guess we're gonna run into Paiga on the way back.
I actually forgot. Hold on. Yeah, there you
The
go.
game has made a point of showing in trying to catch up.
Aaron. So yeah, Aaron is now afraid that she'll be separated from Fang and the others, and then blah blah blah. See, game. I already know from Advent. I already know
played
from
Advent Dark
Yeah,
Force.
I was about to say that. I already know from Advent Dark Force that the goddess can somehow suddenly decide, oh no, Aaron, you can stay, so I don't care. Yeah, what?
Considering the new characters introduced, I guess it may be still from a curveball and having things play out slightly different.
Let's see.
And I guess the fact that
あなたは何を
Fleur
Wait,
and
what is your
more so-
response is important, actually.
私やっぱり何かおかしい知らないことを思い出したり
Oh, did I forget to give you your forget-me pills?
オール
Oh, I'm sorry, Fleur. Were you finished already?
Here,
I must have
just
been so
open
bored.
your gauntlet and shut these.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fleur. Have you finished already? I must have been so bored. I kind of did those off.
Hey, Paiga.
こっそり隠れてみて
Hey, Pog, are you actually going to have some dignity today? No? Okay.
静かにしないか見つかってしまうだろ
見つかるも何もあいつらを倒しに来たんでしょ
We need to kill them!
フェイスドロップも手に入れちゃったみたいだし早くなんとかしないとまずいんじゃない
分かってるだがこの人数差
You know, I really
Yeah.
don't get why.
目はない
You know, I really don't get why they didn't just let Paiga join the party. They could have made a playable model for him.
頭脳戦ってやつだ
Again, I get the idea they wanted to emphasize with the new playable characters to have new, complete, original stuff instead of having, I guess, to rehash previously characters. And so I get the thought process, but I partially agree with you. I would have preferred if for new playable characters they would have had characters we already knew, like Zenke or Paiga.
いやしかないのか
Like, if anything,
I get
wouldn't
the
the
idea.
novelty
I
even
get,
be there? Like, hey,
get the
these
idea
characters
for-
were...
Oh, hold on. Now he's actually confronting them.
フェイスドロップを渡しなさい
Just stop. Yeah.
誰もいないじゃない
What?
Well,
Oh, Paiga, what a rapscallion.
バーナードにはなんて言い訳をするの
That's a good question.
私を誰だと思っているんだ口のうまさと立ち回りの軽快さでここまで上り詰め
Right.
He must be if he's not already dead.
グーの音も出ないほどの完璧な
are you sure about
Yeah,
that?
I'm guessing next time we cut he's basically bloodied and almost dead.
かっこいいのよ
He is showing a surprising amount of confidence.
And now,
Oh.
yet another Al flashback. Just to ram it on my home even more.
Hmm.
Will you shut up, maggot?
邪神による被害が拡大しているこのままでは我々はもう
Wow, they're really emphasizing the fact, even now pretty much spilling the beans that, yes, he was dealing with the vile god at the time.
Shut up. That's the coward's way of talking. Don't you want to play God?
Yeah, what's the point of being a scientist if you don't play
Wait a
God?
minute. Wait a minute. Was he pulling a Soliana?
No. Surprisingly, no.
なんとかしてくれるはず
Remember, this is... I guess
Yes!
they-
Again, yes, let's
remember-
fight a God, because that always works out for everybody, doesn't
Well,
it?
apparently it did. Remember, according to the story, Al built a giant cannon that was able to literally pierce the Val God. So there is that.
Shame he missed one of those shots in probably one of the
I
most...
do wonder if the game is trying to do a thing of, oh, the fairy tale was just a vague reconstruction, but things happen differently in reality.
ひとたまりも
You
ない
know?
I would not be surprised if that's what they're going for.
I mean, again, even the fucking murals in Blue Dragon were kind of foreshadowing that for the final boss.
See, we don't need the help of a goddess. We can just use our own man-made gun.
女神さえ必
Who needs God when we have science?
Okay, Dr. Sid, I get it. Do you also have an invisible friend telling you what to do?
And nothing will go wrong.
時が来たんだ
Oh my god, he's literally going full Krellian.
Well, like I said, it's more also, like I said, Dr. Sid and Vane in Fantasy 12, you know, putting history back in the hands of man.
Yeah. It wasn't
Whoa, I
supposed
guess
to
it
be
didn't
like
go
this.
well.
I guess the reason why I'm more tolerant to this despite being a variant of a Muggle power is because they don't want to destroy everything very supernatural, just the gods.
Also, I'm guessing this implies that Al's really human.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh. Holy cow, a new expression.
One time done.
Erase myself! But I'm guessing this is around the time when he accidentally killed a village.
Damn, Al, lay down with the enchiladas for dinner if you're having this night, Teresa. Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not quite figuring out. Maybe if the game shows me another hammy flashback, maybe I'll be able to figure out who the villain is.
Pedro,
Maybe.
you're jumping to the conclusions way too fast. I'm sorry.
Clearly that is just Al's evil brother, who happens to also share the name Al.
Oh, of course.
One is called Alphonse, the other Albert.
Seriously, I'm not kidding. I've literally lost count of how many flashbacks just screaming in my face.
Oh, it was Fleur who was having the nightmare. So it's you who had to lay off the enchilada.
Well, even that.
Or I'm guessing that their minds are linked, so they both had the dream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's meant to be that both of them had it somehow.
The thing we have to remember is that allegedly.
Chapter 19. Okay, Dwibs.
Real name.
Hold on, let me recover this. Here's what you missed. We had a flashback that hints that Al might be the villain.
What a shock.
Yeah. What is it like what is it like for the 5th time now?
I guess the Dorfa is I guess Dorfa in the meantime is ready to revive the Val God, I guess.
I don't know, dude. Maybe if they show me a couple more flashbacks of Al acting insane, maybe I'll figure out who the villain is.
Yeah. I might need a couple of more hints myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like they are...
Wait, is this the Death Star?
It's the giant cannon. They're making a new giant cannon. Who also made a giant cannon in the past?
Sephiroth?
Well, that was Albert, not our dear and trustful Al.
Oh yeah, and who could this person whose glasses master be? Holy shit, holy jinkies. I mean, it could be Old Man Jenkins, maybe.
I mean,
Jenkins.
That's
okay.
clearly.
Okay, I'll be honest. I do feel like they shot that load by literally showing Al with Glass when Glass showed up to wipe Fleur's memory.
The weird thing is that I still don't understand is how is Al, again assuming that's him, is supposed to be able to teleport, with these two different groups without managing to raise suspicion. Sometimes we had noticed that he was missing, but right now it would be weird because we just cut from him being in the game with the others.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe the Al that hangs out with us is a energy projection that he uses his power to.
Well, I guess that
I can, without spoiling anything, Jova, I can tell you that you're completely off the mark with that guess.
He just got very lucky with when he was with which.
No, don't worry. The game will explain everything.
Complete the joke, Paiga completely fumbles. I guess you should be glad that Bernard doesn't, just atomize him on whatever
Again,
level. The instant he finishes.
Paiga, how many times have I told you? Consideration is for weaklings.
It's a shame that Bernard doesn't have any non-voiced lines because I think I would cast Dwibs as Bernard because I think he'd probably have a lot of fun voicing him. But I know I've said this before, but it bears repeating. I genuinely believe, I get the feeling, this is of course, I get that I'm kind of psychoanalyzing the writer when I say this, but I'm really tempted to say this. Like, I genuinely believe this writer has a genuine fear of people calling out his plot twists for coming out of nowhere. And he's so afraid of that he telegraphs his plot twists so fucking hard just to make sure that nobody calls him out for pulling something out of nowhere. The problem is that paranoia really bites him back in the ass because, man, there's this thing so fucking telegraphed.
I probably should have asked you before, but do we even know how many writers are there and who they are?
According to the game's credits, still one writer.
And do we know if it's a man or woman?
I forgot the name.
Not that it matters what the gender is.
Not that it.
More like the way Pedro was addressing the person.
It doesn't really matter. It's just one writer who had nothing to do with the first game. Kind Because remember, the writer for Advent Dark Horse was an old anime writer from the 90s. Like he wrote Ranma 1.5.
I think
now I understand the molestation jokes where they came from. Anyway, I guess we can see for the next part.
See ya.
I think yeah.
See ya.
See ya.